Good afternoon, everyone. I just have a couple of announcements before I introduce our fantastic MC for this afternoon. Want to remind all students and coaches that we are using Scantron forms for our answer sheets this afternoon. You're welcome. It was my decision. Yeah. I'm just kidding. It really wasn't, but thank you. Okay, so Varsity students, you have questions 1 through 18. Scholastic students, you will be bubbling in numbers 19 through 36. Honors, you will be bubbling 37 through 54, okay? So try to stay on the correct numbers so we have less confusion because we are gonna hand score these. I know, it's a reach, but we are going to hand score these so that we can get through them quickly, okay? All right, proctors, are you ready? All right, awesome. I'd like to introduce to you a man who has become very important in my life, even though he's not my husband. He is a fantastic communicator, and we call him the volunteer whisperer for Iowa. He came to us and is a member on our board. He came highly recommended, and we now understand why, because he is such an asset to our organization. So please, please give a hand as I welcome Neil Deutsch to the stage.
Thank you, and good afternoon, and welcome to the United States Academic Decathlon Super Quiz. As introduced, oh, that's right, it doesn't say pause for applause, but I am Neil Deutsch, the Academic Decathlon board member who has the joy of facilitating this session this afternoon. It is my privilege to serve as your Master of Ceremonies. It is a pleasure to be here and to be part of the Super Quiz and Speech Showcase, the final event of this year's National Academic Decathlon Competition. We are in next year, team, insert the people do clap here. This is my first experience at Nationals, so thank you. The topic of this year's curriculum was our changing climate, and the Super Quiz will include questions from the subjects of art, economics, literature, music, science, social science, and mathematics. Okay, now you're just doing that randomly. A sentence ends, let's applaud that. Before we go any further, here's that sentence that we have to give. I do request that you turn off all cell phones so as to not interrupt the Super Quiz competition. Also, no flash photography. That was not clap-worthy, just to be clear. And no flash photography is permitted during the Super Quiz. I will describe to you what's going to happen in the next few minutes. We will have the procession and presentation of colors and the national anthem. I will ask you to stand at that point in time when the colors are presented. If you are able, stay standing until our color guard retires from the floor. So at this point in time, please stand if you are able and remove your hats and caps. Our flags will be presented by members of the Cumming, Iowa American Legion Post 562. This will be followed by the national anthem sung by Emily Brown, the beautiful Sunshine Rose National Premier Queen and Cover Girl. And now for the presentation of our colors. And now, it's my pleasure to welcome Emily Brown, the beautiful Sunshine Rose National Premier Queen and Cover Girl, for the singing of our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Good job, Emily. And Emily, if people weren't standing already, I am confident they would have at the end of that performance. Thank you. We will now begin our state parade of flags. Please direct your attention to the aisle for the presentation of flags. Please stand as your flag is presented and remain standing. From our host state of Iowa, Cedar Rapids Jefferson High School, Union High School, Denison Community High School, and Johnston High School. From Alaska, Lathrop High School, IDEA Homeschool, and Hutchison High School. From Arizona, Walden Grove High School, Hamilton High School, Canyon del Oro High School, Mountain View High School, and Basis Scottsdale. From California, El Camino Real Charter High School, Granada Hills Charter High School, Mark Keppel High School, Alhambra High School, and Verdugo Hills High School. From Colorado, Mountain Vista High School, Englewood High School, and Banning Lewis Preparatory Academy. From Connecticut, Achievement First, Amistad High School. From Florida, the Classical Academy of Sarasota. From Georgia, Columbus High School, Elite Scholars Academy, North Atlanta High School, and Davidson Fine Arts Magnet High School. From Hawaii, Punahou High School. From Idaho, Sandpoint High School, Sugar Salem High School, and Renaissance High School. From Illinois, Whitney M. Young Magnet High School, Lane Technical College Preparatory High School, and the Chicago High School for Agricultural Sciences. From Indiana, Martinsville High School and Kankakee Valley High School. From Kentucky, Francis Parker School of Louisville. From Maine, Oak Hill High School. From Massachusetts, Wellesley High School, Acton Boxborough Regional High School, and North Quincy High School. From Minnesota, Lake Crystal Welcome Memorial High School, and Avalon High School. From Missouri, University Academy. From Nebraska, Mount Michael Benedictine School, Creighton Preparatory School, and St. Pius X High School. From New Jersey, Westwood Regional High School and Hackensack High School. From New Mexico, St. Pius X High School. From New York, Cazenovia High School. From Ohio, Oakwood City Schools and Willoughby South High School. From Pennsylvania, Souderton Area High School, Seneca Valley High School, Northwest Pennsylvania Collegiate Academy, and Clarion Limestone Junior Senior High School. From Rhode Island, the Wheeler School. From Tennessee, Fayette Ware Comprehensive High School. From Texas, Warren High School, John Foster Dulles High School, Lubbock High School, Lebanon Trail High School, and Health Careers High School. From Utah, Da Vinci Academy of Science, Stansbury High School, and Morgan High School. And I know this is an incredibly bright and problem-solving group who has figured out the states are in alphabetical order. From Wisconsin, Wilmont Union High School, Waukesha West High School, New Berlin West High School, and Melrose Mindoro High School. In addition, and you may be seated, in addition to the teams that have been announced in our parade of flags, we also have 84 individual participants at this year's Nationals. Individual participants, please stand and be recognized. And thank you to our flag bearers for representing your school and your state. Again, welcome to the Super Quiz, the exciting final event of the United States Academic Decathlon. Okay, I paused, and that only happens on page 1. Here today are decathletes from all across the United States who have spent many months rigorously studying and preparing for this competition, and many of them have earned the title of decathlon champion in their state. Indeed, all of you here today are champions, and we salute you for your accomplishments and take great pride in your efforts and achievements. Please join me in applauding all of these outstanding decathletes. I would like to acknowledge a few of the many special people who are here with us today. Will the members of the Academic Decathlon Board of Directors please stand? And the Academic Decathlon is run at the state level by a very hardworking group of individuals. Would all Academic Decathlon state directors please stand so we can show our gratitude to you? And I suspect the last two groups that I introduced have not slept in the past 48 hours, but tomorrow will be a day or an afternoon of relaxation. I'd like to thank the Academic Decathlon corporate sponsor, GCI, for providing the technology to live stream today's super quiz. Thank you very much to GCI for allowing our decathletes, friends, and families back home to watch and cheer them on virtually. And last, but certainly not least, I'd like to offer a special thank you to our proctors for volunteering your time to help out with today's super quiz. And now, please give your attention to the instructions for this competitive event. Students and audience, please listen carefully. The scores from today's super quiz will be used solely for purposes of determining the super quiz winners and will not affect overall decathlon team or individual scores. Team stations are indicated by the signs you see on each table. Please locate your station. Your team's identification number will be on your Scantron at your station. When you get to your station, please confirm that the team number is on the Scantron correctly. When your academic group is called, Varsity, Scholastic, and Honors, all 3 members of your team will come to your team station. Each team will have 1 Scantron. Each team will have scratch paper and pencils. Each student is allowed to bring 1 acceptable calculator. Do not touch anything at your station or the proctors until instructed to do so. A total of 18 multiple choice questions will be given for each relay round. Each test item has 5 possible responses. The answers are labeled A through E. The test questions will be displayed on the projection screens to the sides of the stage. At this time, nonverbal collaboration is allowed. When the last answer is finished, oral communication is allowed. Students, you may change your answer during the 10-second response time by fully erasing one answer and marking another on the form. The 2 math questions per round will have a 20-second response time. All other questions will have a 10-second response time. At the end of the response time, I will then read the correct answer. If you answered correctly, your team will be credited with 1 point. Students, you may wave the blue flag on your table to show when you have answered the question correctly. And with a little more enthusiasm than these folks have been waving, just be proud of waving that blue flag. Questions are worth 1 point each for a total of 54 points per team. It is very important for the audience to remain quiet during each test question and answer period. I must ask the teams and the audience to respect the integrity of the competition and limit your cheering to the time between rounds of questions. But I strongly encourage you to show your team's spirit and support for your teammates by cheering loudly and enthusiastically between questions and rounds. Students, please hold up the red card on your table if you have any questions. If any irregularity is noted by the event coordinator or competition manager, the question will be disqualified and the answers will be removed from the total for the super quiz results at the end of the relay. This is a big one. If I, with my Iowa accent and education, mispronounce or misread a question, what appears on the projection screen is the prevailing basis for the question. And as a side note, one of the state directors did tell me, just tell the audience you're going to deliberately mispronounce 2 things, and they'll never know. We are delighted to have the opportunity this afternoon to hear some of the very best prepared speeches that were heard by the judges yesterday in the speech event. At the conclusion of the round 1 varsity questions, the highest scoring student in the varsity division will present their speech. At the conclusion of round 2 scholastic questions, the highest scoring student in the scholastic division will present their speech. And at the conclusion of round 3 honor questions, the highest scoring student in the honor division will present their speech. And finally, we will be presenting the Super Quiz Team Awards to recognize the top teams in Divisions 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 at the end of today's event. I know you are all eager to get started, and so am I. So let us begin. Will all varsity students please take your place at your team stations? Stop at red card, but you'll also tell me when to start, right? There are 2 tables in the front that are seeking students, 51 and 69, as well as one over here to my left, your right. There is one more table, middle of the room, seeking students. 76. Jolene will come and find you. Table 4, 40. Table 40. Are there any students who have not found their table? 89. 89 in the back. Kankakee Valley, table 40. You have a reservation for 3?
Some of those higher numbers may not participate in this round.
Thank you. I'm waiting for. Okay. I've received confirmation from our SQ event coordinator. We are ready to begin. We are ready to begin with Varsity, round 1, question 1. Again, questions will be on the screen as I read them. What does nominal GDP measure? A, the total production of goods and services adjusted for inflation. B, the economic output of a country using constant base year prices. C, the measure of total exports and imports in a given year. D, the total increase in production over time. Or E, the production of goods and services produced in a country using current year prices. And time is up. Do we have a counter issue?
Yes, we do. So we're going to have to tap it out.
Okay. You could just hear that exchange. We have a counter issue. We'll have to tap it out. Excitement for the next question. After 10 seconds, I say pencils down. We've already got that done. The correct answer, results please, is E, the production of goods and services produced in a country using current year prices. Okay, congratulations to the Blue Flaggers. Question number 2. Chris Jordan, Edward Burkinski, and W. Gene Smith are all A, photographers of pollution or its health effects, B, artists of the Zero Group who create interactive art with technology, C, environmental writers who influence the creation of national parks, D, artists associated with post-World War II abstract expressionism, or E, First Nation artists who focus on land rights. 10 seconds. Ten seconds is up, pencils down. The results, please. The answer is A, photographers of pollution or its health effects. Blue flags. Question number 3. What imagery is related to the Industrial Revolution that Charles Dickens popularized in his famous books? A, the rise of the automobile. B, the widespread use of the railway. C, the electrification of cities. D, large coal-powered factories and soot-covered workers who were sometimes children. Or E, the great stench of Liverpool's River Mersey. 10 seconds. And the 10 seconds are up, pencils down. Results, please. The answer is D. Large coal-powered factories. Question number 4. In traditional sewage treatment, what is removed during the primary treatment phase? A, 85 to 90% of pollutants. B, all pathogens. C, 40 to 50% of solid waste material. D, chemical contaminants. Or E, all organic matter. 10 seconds. And 10 seconds, pencils down. Results, please. The answer is C, 40 to 50% of solid waste material. Pardon? Okay, a little more time in between. We will wait just a little bit longer between tables, I've been advised. This is the only time I can use the "this is my first national super quiz" excuse, but I might use it again. Now, question 5. How did Louis Armstrong's song, "What a Wonderful World," gain renewed popularity in the US in 1988? A, the song was used as the theme for a popular TV show, A Different World. B, his music was used in international diplomacy. C, the song was featured in the film Good Morning Vietnam. D, the song was inducted into the Grammy Hall of Fame that year. Or E, the song was the focus of a political campaign. 10 seconds. And time is up, pencils down. And the results, please. The answer is yes, the song was featured in the film Good Morning Vietnam. And question 6. What are the most important abiotic environmental conditions that control the distribution of species across large habitats? A, competition with other species. B, the combined effect of solar radiation and moisture. C, the presence of predators. D, the availability of food resources, or E, the physical size of the habitat? 10 seconds. And time is up. Pencils are down. And results, please. The answer is B, the combined effect of solar radiation and moisture.
Just go ahead and skip every time it says results. Results are
Okay.
because we don't have the graph. We usually do when it has the clicker technology.
Okay. So just wait 10 seconds and then give the answer. When 10 seconds are up, don't say results, please.
The answer is, yeah, just say the answer is.
Got it. Okay. All right, we are ready to proceed to question 7. Aldo Leopold's A Sand County Almanac and Sketches Here and There introduce the concept of A, the land pyramid, B, eco-criticism, C, environmental racism, D, solar punk, E, the Anthropocene period. 10 seconds. And time is up. Pencils are down. And without saying the words, results please, let us say that the answer is A, the land pyramid. Blue flags. And question number 8. What happens when a central bank purchases government bonds from banks or the public? A, the amount of government debt decreases. B, the money supply is reduced. C, the money supply increases. D, interest rates increase. Or E, the reserve requirement increases. 10 seconds. And time is up. Pencils are down. And the answer is C. The money supply increases. And question 9. Ancient Egyptian artists determine the size of figures based on their status. This style quality is called A, hierarchical scale, B, fractional representation, C, approximate symmetry, D, chiaroscuro, with my Iowa accent, and E, conceptual scaling. 10 seconds. And time is up. Pencils are down. And the answer is A, hierarchical scale. And question 10, including the Russian invasion of Ukraine, the subsequent war, and other factors, what was the impact of the Big Oil Group of 6 corporations in 2022? A, the costs of 6 companies increased and cut their profit margins in half compared with 2021. B, the profits of the 6 companies were about the same as in 2021. C, the profits of the 6 companies were close to 15% greater than in 2021. D, the profits of the 6 companies were sufficient to pay out about $575 million in dividends. E, the profits of the 6 companies earned a combined $219 billion. 10 seconds. And time is up. Pencils are down. And the answer is E. The profits of the 6 companies earned a combined $219 billion. And question 11. A scale using blues inflections means it combines elements of A, fast and slow, B, major and minor, C, pentatonic and octatonic scales, D, scales and modulation, or E, chromaticism and atonalism. 10 seconds. And time is up. Our pencils are down. And the answer is B, major and minor. Blue flags. And question 12. In aquatic systems, conditions that determine the presence or absence of certain species include all of the following except A, salinity, B, amount of oxygen dissolved in the water, C, concentration of hydrogen ions, D, amount of precipitation, or E, pH. 10 seconds. And time is up. Pencils are down. And the answer is D, amount of precipitation. And question 13. In solar storms, Angel is most fascinated by planaria because it is a creature that has a capability to A, burrow under mud, B, survive on land or in water, C, retrieve the memory of its ancestors, D, divide itself in 2, or E, travel by way of host organisms. 10 seconds. And time is up. Pencils are down. And the answer is C, retrieve the memory of its ancestors. And question 14. What sculptural appropriation appears in Kent Mockman's The Fourth Wall? A. David Smithson's Spiral Jetty. B. Noah Purifoy's Offshore Drilling. C. Frederick Remington's Broncho Buster. D. Robert Roxenberg's Monogram. Or E. Richard Serra's Clara Clara. 10 seconds. And time is up. Pencils are down. And the answer is E. Richard Serra's Clara Clara. And question 15, the speaker of The Air Smelled Dirty relates that when she was a child, everyone A, burned coal, B, worked in the coal mines, C, coughed all day, D, had smudges of soot on their skin, E, wanted to be somewhere else. 10 seconds. And time is up, and pencils are down. And the answer is A, burned coal. Question 16. What was the working title for Ferd Groffet's composition that later became known as the Grand Canyon Suite? A, 5 Wonders of the Grand Canyon. B, 5 Pictures of the Grand Canyon. C, Grand Canyon Visions. D, Canyon Dreams. E, Arizona Soundscapes. 10 seconds. And time is up. Pencils are down. And the answer to question 16 is B, 5 Pictures of the Grand Canyon. Pardon? Okay. There's a SpongeBob episode where SpongeBob repeats everything that Squidward tells him. It's time to get your calculators out. Question 17. This is a math-based question, so there are 20 seconds allowed. Question 17. If the probability of A equals 53 hundredths, the probability of B equals 32 hundredths, and the intersection of A and B equals 26 hundredths, find the probability of the union of A or B. Is it A, 0.53, B, 0.56, C, 0.59, D, 0.62, or E, 0.49? 20 seconds. And 20 seconds. Time is up. Pencils are down. And the answer to question 17, the first math question, is C. 0.5. And before we move to question 18, this is not a scientific survey, but it appears as though accurate answers to math questions generate much more excitement. Question 18, find the IQR of the data set. -6, -3, -2, 0, 4, 7, 8, 12, and 16. Is the answer A, 10, B, -10.5, C, 12.5, D, -12.5, or E, 11.5? 20 seconds. And time is up. Pencils are down. And the answer is C, 12.5. That concludes the first round of our super quiz. Thank you, students. You may return to your seats. Please join me in congratulating these students. Great. Okay, thank you for that enthusiastic participation in round one. It is now time to welcome the first of our 3 speech presenters to the stage. And I'm told that this student knows, so it's not just a jumbo impromptu speech. The 3 students selected to present their speeches were the team participants who received the highest prepared speech scores in the Varsity, Scholastic, and Honor categories in Thursday's speech event. So for our first speaker, please join me in now welcoming Christopher Gonzalez from Granada Hills Charter High School in California. Christopher, people will clap till you get here. All right. You can use the handheld or whatever you choose.
Thank you.
No, don't take it off. You want to take it? You can take it off, yes.
My story may not seem extraordinary at first glance. I grew up as the child of Mexican immigrants, a story shared by many. But while it may be common, It's a story that I hold with immense pride. Growing up, my life wasn't so different from my friends in many ways. I went to school every day, just like any other kid. But unlike many of my peers, I carried with me an unshakable pressure, the weight of my parents' sacrifices and expectations. They would remind me again and again to excel in my studies. Work hard, they'd say. You don't want to end up like us. That phrase has always stayed with me. End up like us. My parents came to this country with a singular mission, working hard to provide for their families. My mother is a housekeeper. Every day, she enters different homes, taking care of chores that others overlook or simply don't want to do. My father is a gardener, tending to more than 20 homes daily, handling tasks that most people avoid. They didn't choose these jobs because they dreamed of them. They didn't have the luxury of choice. These were jobs they knew they could do. Skills that were passed down out of necessity, not ambition. My mother's journey here began when she was about to enter the 8th grade. Despite the odds, she managed to graduate from high school. My father didn't get that chance. He arrived in this country as a young boy, barely out of elementary school, and immediately began working. What was his childhood like? Did he get to play games with friends at school? Did he have carefree days? No. He spent his youth working alongside my grandfather, taking on labor that even adults would rather avoid. By the time most children were learning what hard work meant, my father had already mastered it. My mother's childhood wasn't any easier. Back in Mexico, she lived on a ranch in a makeshift stone house, without running water, without electricity, without the basic comforts so many of us take for granted. When she wasn't attending a tiny one-room schoolhouse at the base of a mountain, she was doing farm work. Like my father, she learned early that hard work wasn't optional, but that it was necessary for survival. After immigrating to this country, she continued to work tirelessly. She cleaned houses on weekends, especially after losing her parents as a child. Navigating life in a foreign country without their guidance only made her stronger. Their stories inspire me every single day. Their resilience, their work ethic, and their quiet sacrifices make me proud to be their son. They've taught me to embrace my roots, honor my culture, and live by the values they've instilled in me. Their sacrifices fuel my determination to excel in school, to compete fiercely in academic decathlon, and to strive for the greatness they always believed I was capable of achieving. You don't want to end up like us, they'd say. But if ending up like them means working hard, leading by example, and inspiring my future children to dream bigger, then maybe ending up like them isn't such a bad thing after all. Thank you. Thank you.
One more round of applause for Christopher Gonzalez from Granada Hills Charter High School in California. I've been asked to make one tiny announcement. There are 3 calculators per table, 1 per student, allowed. Allowed. Making the announcement aloud about what is allowed. If you would like, 1 calculator per student. And now, all Scholastic students should come to your team station. Team 12, please put your sign up. Someone is looking for Team 12. Team 12, sign up. 12. 12 is to my left, audience right. '87. I'm just repeating a number. I think that means someone is looking for 87, or 87 is looking for students. 85. 85. 85. It's not an auction. Can I get an 89? And I think the incoming state director for Iowa just revealed he does have auctioneering talent. And ladies and gentlemen, we have a thumbs up from the Honorable Jolene. Wait, the thumbs up has been thumbs down by the Honorable Rick. We need more. 84. 84. I can't do it, man. 84, doesn't work. 84, please hold up your table card. 84 to my left, audience right. And we have a thumbs up from Jolene. I'm looking around the room. No one is saying that's not an invalid thumbs up. I do have one small update. I believe our technical issue has been resolved and there will be an on-screen counter during our questions. That is worthy of applause. Thank you, tech support. Jolene, on the side of caution, please time the first question. And we will now begin Scholastic Round 2. You fired up? Yeah. Question number 1. Which oil spill most directly informs the critical themes in NOAA Purify's offshore drilling, particularly its commentary on industrial pollution and the impact on less affluent communities? A, 2010 British petroleum spill in the Gulf of Mexico. B, 1969 oil spill off Santa Barbara, California. C, 27 Keystone Pipeline spill in South Dakota. D, 1990 Bolsa Chica State Beach spill, California. Or E, 1986 tanker barge Apex spill off San Francisco, California. 10 seconds. Time is up. Pencils are down. And the answer is B, the 1969 oil spill off Santa Barbara, California. And to our tech support team, you will notice there was just a very subtle ah when the counter worked. Question number 2. What is the primary driver of the Earth's climatic changes over hundreds of thousands of years? A, human industrial activities. B, the Milankovitch cycles. C, the increase in greenhouse gases. D, volcanic eruptions. E, oceanic current variations. 10 seconds. Time is up. Pencils are down. And the answer is B, the Milankovitch cycles. Got it. And I've been told to be forceful with an announcement, so this is my forceful voice. You're not allowed to talk while I am reading the answers. Was that forceful? I mean, okay. Okay. I'll say that again. You are not allowed to talk while I am reading the answers. That was the polite version. Allow me to rephrase. You just can't talk while I'm talking. To be clear, I will read the question. I will read A, B, C, D, E. You should not be speaking while I am reading A, B, C, D, E. Okay, first National Academic Decathlon Super Quiz. Question number 3. What cultural elements are blended in the climax of global warming? A, Western classical and gospel music. B, African and Asian melodies. C, American jazz and classical styles. D, Latin American and Caribbean rhythms. E, Irish and Middle Eastern melodies. 10 seconds. Time is up. Pencils are down. And the answer is E, Irish and Middle Eastern melodies. Question number 4. Until the 1960s, the world population was primarily undergoing what type of growth? A, growth that was a constant rate of change. B, growth that was determined only by migration patterns rather than births and deaths. C, growth that increased as a percentage of the numbers already in the population. D, growth that was both exponential and linear due to the steady mortality rates. E, growth that was linear, quadratic, and exponential. 10 seconds. And the answer is C, growth that increased as a percentage of the numbers already in the population. And question 5. Most of the variation in GDP per capita is explained by A, changes in investors' expectations, B, changes in household consumption, C, savings in foreign trade, D, changes in government policies impacting taxes and regulations, or E, changes in average labor productivity. 10 seconds. Time is up. Pencils are down. And the answer is E, changes in average labor productivity. Question 6. In solar storms, Angel believes that Aurora will have something that she herself did not have. This is A, education, B, skill in calling animals, C, access to all healing plants, D, an unbroken connection to her cultural roots, or E, dual citizenship in the United States and Canada. 10 seconds. Time is up. Pencils are down. And the answer is D, an unbroken connection to her cultural roots. Now that was some intense cheering, almost like a math question. Question 7. What did the inclusion of the Apollo 11 space mission indicate in Alora and Calzadia's artwork, landmark, footprints? A, pride in American technology. B, Buzz Aldrin's view of our Earth as a whole. C, expansive American colonialism. D, humanity's ever-widening areas of debris. E, science will solve environmental degradation. 10 seconds. Time is up. Pencils are down. And the answer is C, expansive American colonialism. And question 8. How have rising temperatures in the troposphere contrasted with changes in higher layers of the atmosphere? A, both layers are cooling, leading to stability. B, the troposphere is warming while higher layers are cooling, creating potential instability. C, both layers are experiencing equal warming. D, the troposphere is cooling, leading to increased greenhouse gas emissions. Or E, higher layers are warming, but there is no effect on the troposphere. 10 seconds. Time is up, pencils are down. And the answer is B, the troposphere is warming, while higher layers are cooling. And question number 9. In The Machine Stops, Kuno wants to speak to Vashti in person because he wants to tell her about A, the errors in her lectures, B, the star formation that resembles a man, C, touching the surface of the earth, D, plans to stop the machine, E, people he met on the ship. 10 seconds. Time is up, pencils are down, and the answer is C, touching the surface of the earth. Question 10. Which economic principle implies that all nations gain from free trade? A, comparative advantage. B, production possibilities. C, absolute advantage. D, marginal analysis. Or E, diminishing returns. 10 seconds. Time is up, pencils are down. And the answer is A, comparative advantage. Question 11. What term refers to the overlapping entry of voices within the same melody as seen in Sumer is ecumen in? A, stanza, B, harmony, C, imitative polyphony, D, monophony. First academic decathlon national super quiz. E, syncopation. Please review the answers on the board. 10 seconds. Time is up. Pencils are down. And the answer is C, imitative polyphony. Question 12. What sustainable agriculture method is used to reduce erosion in East Africa? A, using chemical fertilizers to strengthen soil. B, planting crops in rows without any other vegetation. C, removing trees from the region to reduce competition for sunlight. D, using large machinery to remove topsoil. E, planting trees alongside vegetable crops to act as windbreaks. 10 seconds. Time is up. Pencils are down. And the answer is E, planting trees alongside vegetable crops. Question 13. How did the Kyoto Protocol address the challenge of greenhouse gas emissions among participating nations? A, it provided financial incentives for countries to increase emissions. B, it mandated that all countries must reduce emissions equally. C, it set individual emission reduction targets for each participating nation. D, it required all countries to abandon fossil fuels immediately. E, it allowed countries to ignore international emissions standards. 10 seconds. Time is up and pencils are down. And the answer is C. It set individual emission reduction targets for each participating nation. Question 14. How could a problem like that illustrated in The Tragedy of the Commons be resolved? A, by restricting the supply. B, by increasing the demand. C, by reducing the price. D, by assigning property rights. Or E, by creating a free good. 10 seconds. Time is up and pencils are down. And the answer is D, by assigning property rights. Question 15. The concrete cylinders of Nancy Holt's sun tunnels are large enough to walk through, creating apertures to view the landscape, as well as an experience of A, sound as one moves through the tunnel, B, the cooling drips of condensation, C, moving through a space partially overtaken by nature, D, imbalance caused by the curved surface, E, aerial perspective and vanishing point. 10 seconds. Time is up. Pencils are down. And the answer is A, sound as one moves through the tunnel. Question 16. In the toxic donut, the line, do you have a family, is an ominous foreshadowing that A, the earth is about to disappear, B, Kim is about to die, C, many families will be lost to toxic pollution, D, Kim has had to change her identity, E, the announcer will make a mistake that ruins the event. 10 seconds. Time is up. Pencils are down. And the answer is B. Kim is about to die. And a math problem is coming up. That means calculators can come out. You may have one calculator per student if you so choose. And a math question does get 20 seconds. Question 17. The final exam scores of 400 students are assumed to be normally distributed with a mean of 72 and a standard deviation of 12. In order to get a grade of B or better, a student needs a score of greater than or equal to 84. Find the approximate number of students who will get a grade of B or better. Is it A, 60, B, 61, C, 65, D, 62, or E, 64? 20 seconds. Time is up. Pencils and calculators are down. And the answer to this exciting math-based problem is E, 64. And question 18 is also a math question. We have a red card up back here, red card up in the back. We have 2 red cards up. We're good? We have a thumbs up. The red card is down. That seems very dramatic. There's a red card up. Question 18 is also a math problem. The mean of the data set X, Y, W, Z is 4. What is the mean of the data set 2X minus 2, 2Y plus 2, 2W plus 3, 2Z plus 1? Is it A, 9, B, 12, C, 6.4, D, 10.5, E, 8? 20 seconds. And time is up. Pencils and calculators are down. And the answer to the mean of the data set is A, 9. And with question 18, that concludes this round of the Super Quiz. Students, give yourselves a hand. Please applaud these students, and you may return to your seat. Got it. I do have one public service announcement. If you are a student from School 4800 and you do not have your name tag, I am currently holding your name tag. I'm going to walk over and hand it to Daniel. So if you are a student from 4800, School 4800, do not have your name tag, come and get it from Daniel. He will refund your credit card deposit. With everyone seated, it is time for another exciting time in our Super Quiz and Speech Showcase. It is time to welcome our second presenter. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Mia Suedor from Mountain View High School in Arizona. Welcome. And do you want to use the mic or just stand?
I'll hold it.
Okay. Now let's try it again. Mia Suedor, Mountain View High School in Arizona.
Thank you. Here's one thing about me. I wholeheartedly believe that the song Happiness is a Butterfly, written and sung by the incredibly talented singer-songwriter Lana Del Rey, is one of the best compositions of music and lyrics to have ever been created. There is not a single song in existence that captures my mind so well. It's like she walked right into my brain and snatched my thoughts straight off the surface. Now, I know that a lot of the things she writes tend to be seen as a little bit confusing and long-winded, but to me, this is one of the most lyrical, personal songs on her discography. While most of it refers to her struggle with her relationship, the biggest point she makes is this idea of chasing happiness. I'm not sure if any of you have ever heard this particular song, but let me share this specific line with you. It goes, "Happiness is a butterfly. I tried to catch it every night, but it fades from my hands into moonlight." Now, the idea that happiness is a butterfly is metaphorical. Butterflies are fleeting insects, but they are also beautiful ones, some of the only kinds that we humans actually appreciate. I'm sure we can all recall a time when we were fascinated by one that had landed on a nearby leaf. We watch and take in their beauty, examining the colors of their wings and how they seem to shimmer in the sunlight, until suddenly they fly away, and you know you won't catch them again. This is what happiness is like for me. I crave its beauty and I chase it when it leaves me. I spend my nights tossing and turning, mind racing, hoping for a feeling of peace, wishing for anything to take the tension away. I think of all the people around me and compare their perfect lives to my flawed existence. However, I know I'm not the only one who feels this way. Our modern world is so fast-paced, it's nearly impossible to keep track of what's going on around you. Technology has created so many opportunities to temporarily numb your constant need for dopamine. Between just online shopping, doom scrolling on social media, or even a dependence on narcotics, there are so many ways for us to distract our minds and create a false sense of satisfaction. But this happiness that you are chasing is always temporary, never lasting. That package you ordered on Amazon the other day is only going to fix your problem for the minute that that box arrives at your doorstep. Then, 15 minutes later, the torn up pieces of cardboard and tape will be left on the bottom of your kitchen trash can. And that random trinket you thought you had to have will be forgotten on a shelf for the rest of your life. Social media contributes to this as well. Not only is it a platform for sharing personal content, which has an entirely different set of health-related issues, it is now another way for businesses to advertise their goods and services. The so-called escape to social media does not exist in the way people think it does. We get caught in a constant cycle. Scroll, buy, receive, and repeat. But here's what living on Earth for 18 years, and also Lana Del Rey, have taught me. With happiness, the more you chase it, the more it's going to evade you. You have to be grateful for the things surrounding you, so you won't need to order that weekly package on Amazon anymore. Chances are, if you're brandishing after a monarch with one of those little plastic green nets, they're not going to stop and let you imprison them. Keeping calm will draw the butterflies to you. And when they flutter past your eyeline, you will see the beauty that you worked so hard to achieve. So here's another thing about me. I believe that happiness is a butterfly. I tried to catch it every night, but no longer will I let it fade from my hands into the moonlight. I will wait patiently, however long it takes, for the butterflies to come to me. Thank you.
Thank you. One more round of applause for Mia. And Mia and Christopher, I believe there was no timing violation on either speech. Okay, that didn't work. We are now going to begin honor round 3. All honor students should now come to your team station. We have table 51 being held up. If you're seeking students, table 51. Table 75. If you're looking for table 75, it is straight ahead of me. Table 58 is looking for an additional student. 58, 88. Can I say 88? I certainly can. Looking for table 88. If you could hold up the table 88 flag. Table 88 is Proctor's. Table 88 is to my left. Audience right. 86. We're at table 86. Where is table 86? Table 86 is to my left slightly. Stylish gentleman waving a red card. Are we looking for anyone else? Are we ready? I am normally looking to Jolene for the thumbs up. I will look to Virginia, Matt, Rick, Jared. Are we collectively ready? There's a red card in the air back. We got one thumbs up all the way back there. Okay. We are good? All right. Now, it is time to begin honor round 3 with question number 1. It is common after a natural disaster to see the price of necessities rise. In fact, those prices can rise many times. Sellers of these necessities, A, are operating at Pareto optimum. B, are acting rationally in response to scarcity. C, producing inefficiently. D, are charging above scarcity prices for the necessities. E, should keep the prices below the market price or provide them for free. 10 seconds. Time is up and the pencils are down. The answer is B, are acting rationally in response to scarcity. Question 2. How did Paul Lansky's mild unleash influence Idiotek? A, its rhythmic structure was the basis for the entire song. B, Paul Lansky co-produced the track with Radiohead, shaping its electronic sound. C, Tom York directly quoted its lyrics in the chorus. D, it provided the inspiration for the song's environmental themes. E, Johnny Greenwood sampled a 40-second section that was used as an ostinato in Idiotek. 10 seconds. And time is up. Pencils are down. And the answer to question 2 is E. Johnny Greenwood sampled. Question 3. Which artwork is an example of institutional critique? A, Hans Hach's MoMA Pole. B, Subhankar Banerjee's Caribou Migration 1. C, Mark Dion's A Meter of Jungle. D, Bonnie Devine's Battle for the Woodlands. Or E, Noah Purifoy's Offshore Drilling. 10 seconds. Time is up. Pencils are down. And the answer is A, Hans. Question 4. Which of the following statements best explains the unique transformations humans have made to the natural world since 1950? A, the scale and speed of human transformations have matched or surpassed natural causes of climate change. B, humans have left little trace of their existence prior to the mid-20th century. C, changes have primarily been localized and have not significantly affected the global climate. D, fossil fuel consumption has remained stable since the Industrial Revolution. E, the impact of human activities has been primarily positive for the environment. 10 seconds. Time is up and pencils are down. And the correct answer is A, the scale and speed of human transformations. And question 5. What is a characteristic of the vegetation in salt marshes? A, it includes many types of trees and shrubs. B, it is made up of only a few grass species. C, it has a very low biomass. D, it thrives in nutrient-poor environments. E, the plants are not able to survive low oxygen levels in the soil. 10 seconds. Time is up and those pencils are down. And the answer to question 5 is B. It is made up of only a few grass species. Question number 6. Which of the following pairs correctly identifies the proper principal and agent? So I will read principal and agent together with each answer. A, coal producers and the EPA. B, Kyoto Protocol and Council of Parties. C, European Union's Water Framework Directive and local European water authorities. D, Bretton Woods and World Trade Organizations. E, loan recipients and bank. 10 seconds. Time is up and pencils are down. And the correct answer, the pairs that identify the proper principal and agent, is C, European Unions. And question 7 comes with that reminder of watch the screen. Why did Ludovico Einaudi decide not to perform on a real iceberg? A, Greenpeace advised against it. B, the real iceberg was too small to support the piano. C, the iceberg could break up unexpectedly. D, the weather conditions were too harsh. E, the sound quality was better on the pontoon. 10 seconds. Time is up and those pencils are down. And the answer to this iceberg question is C, the iceberg could break up unexpectedly. And question 8. In solar storms, the ghost dance was practiced at Wounded Knee. It symbolizes the belief that A, the world was created by Beaver and Wolverine. B, animals are messengers to the gods. C, the dead need to be properly mourned. D, the Indian nations will return to power. E, all life rises from the water. 10 seconds. Time is up and pencils are down. The correct answer to question 8 is D. The Indian nations will return to power. And question 9. The World Food Program has identified 8 countries or areas most likely to suffer from climate damages. What do these countries and regions have in common? A, they are all highly vulnerable to climate-related disasters such as floods, droughts, and cyclones. B, they have the highest rates of greenhouse gas emissions. C, they are all located in temperate climates. D, they are major producers of renewable energy. E, they have high average household incomes. 10 seconds. Time is up and those pencils are down. And the answer to question 9 is A, they are all highly vulnerable. And question 10. What was one of the significant impacts of the Little Ice Age, or the LIA, on European empires during the 1500s? A, it resulted in complete isolation from global trade networks. B, it influenced migration patterns, encouraging some to settle overseas while discouraging others from leaving. C, it led to a uniform climate experience across Europe and its colonies. D, it caused European states to abandon their colonial ambitions. E, it facilitated a peaceful coexistence between European settlers and indigenous populations. 10 seconds. Time is up and pencils are down. The correct answer to the Little Ice Age is B. It influenced migration patterns. Question number 11. Why does most incoming solar energy to vehicles pass through the windows without being absorbed by the glass? A, glass reflects the solar radiation back into the atmosphere. B, glass deflects infrared energy while allowing UV to pass through. C, glass has silica that deflects the radiation at a lower angle. D, glass is transparent to solar radiation in the visible range. E, glass can disperse solar radiation in equal amounts within the vehicle. 10 seconds. Time is up, and the pencils are down. And the answer to this is D. Glass is transparent to solar radiation. Question 12. Rebecca Belmore's Speaking to Their Mother occupied the land without altering it as many earthworks have. Which one of the following artworks also incorporated landscape without leaving permanent change? A, Robert Smithson's Spiral Jetty. B, Ana Mendieta's Silueta series. C, Nancy Holt's Sun Tunnels. D, Robert Smithson's Amarillo Ramp. E, the Paleolithic Stonehenge. 10 seconds. Time is up and those pencils are down. The correct answer is B, Ana Mendieta's Silueta series. Question 13. How does the chorus in Feels Like Summer support the song's darker message? A, it switches to a major key for contrast. B, it includes faster instrumentation to build tension. C, it incorporates sudden tempo changes to surprise the listener. D, the lyrics express hope, but the music suggests defeat. E, it uses the minor mode and ends with a defeated phrase. 10 seconds. Time is up, and those pencils are down. The correct answer to the Feels Like Summer question is E. It uses the minor mode and ends with a defeated phrase. And I know you can't see this from here, but our tech team to the side pushes the button very dramatically when we select the correct answer. It's a thing of beauty. If we could catch a video of that piece of art. Question 14. In Freeway 280, the sign that something has changed is A, the quieter sounds of electric cars on the highway. B, the speaker scrambling over a wire fence. C, the speaker driving down the highway. D, a small path that is no longer used between stands of wild mustard. E, clouds that forecast oncoming rain. 10 seconds. Time is up, and those pencils are down. And the accurate answer is B, the speaker scrambling over a wire fence. I've been asked to remind you that question 15 is answered on line 1 of the second Scantron. Is that accurate? Okay, question 15, a reminder, line 1 of 2nd Scantron. And speaking of question 15, how do scholars divide the Holocene, and what is the significance of the Megalian stage and age? A, into 2 periods, it signifies a cooling climate. B, into 3 periods, it represents ongoing climatic changes and debates about the Anthropocene. C, into 4 distinct epochs, it marks the beginning of agricultural societies. D, into multiple interglacial stages, it highlights the absence of human impact. E, into 2 epochs, it denotes a shift to hunter-gatherer societies. 10 seconds. Time is up, and those pencils are down. And the answer to the scholars' dividing question is B, into 3 periods. There's a red card in the air. Red card in the air. It's a serious red card. There are 2 blue shirts approaching. We have an additional inspector on scene, just keeping you updated here. We have a thumbs up on the red card, which means we are ready to move on to question 16. And question 16 is, what was the purpose of the 1996 EPA dose response study on PCBs? A, to quantify the cancer-causing effects of various PCB exposure levels. B, to examine the environmental impact of PCB production. C, to study the benefits of PCB use in industrial applications. D, to measure the toxicity of PCBs to marine life. Or E, to determine the effectiveness of cleaning up PCB contamination. 10 seconds. Time is up, and those pencils are down. The answer to question 16 is A, to quantify cancer-causing effects. And question 17 and question 18, as you may have figured out, are both math problems. As a reminder, you may have 1 calculator per student. We will have 20 seconds for each math problem. Let us move on to question 17. When twins were born, their parents invested $2,000 in an account that compounded continuously at 5% annual interest for 18 years. How much money will be in the account when the twins start college, rounded to the nearest dollar? A, $5,033, B, $4,919, C, $3,998, D, $4,517, E, $4,311. 20 seconds. And time is up. Let us find out how much money will be in the account when the twins start college. The answer is B, $4,919. And there's that passion for math again. And question 18, which I think is just one of the coolest looking questions to read. Question 18. Find the summation from n equals 1 to infinity of 2 to the n plus 1 power divided by 3 to the n minus 1 power. Is the answer A, 12, B, 6, C, 1/3, D, 2/3, E, 18. 20 seconds. Time is up, pencils and calculators are down. And I just want to read the question again. The summation of n equals 1 to infinity of 2 to the n plus 1 power divided by 3 to the n minus 1 power is 12. And thank you to round 3 students. You may return to your seats with a round of applause. And the announcement is all Scantrons come to the Honorable State Director Rick, standing to my immediate right, to the left of the audience. One additional announcement: if you are a student from Whitney Young Magnet High School, looking for a 2024 to 2025 student ID, Whitney Young Magnet High School, I will have your ID up here. You can just stop up after the festivities and pick it up. Students that just competed, please give yourselves a round of applause. Give yourselves a round of applause. Spectators, please thank these students for their super quiz work so far. And this is becoming just the thing to do. If you are a student from the Banning Lewis Prep Academy and you're in grade 9 and you're missing your ID card, it will also be up here as a reminder with the student ID from Whitney Young Magnet High School. And there is a calculator that will go to the highest bidder if not claimed, table or team 86. Vanna is right here with the calculator. Team 86. Hey, Jolene, there's 300 for that calculator. Someone's offering 300 for it. 5,000 to the right. 2 million. Okay, what's the Banning Lewis ID worth? $20. Okay. You want one?
Is that Banning too?
No, it's Whitney. Yeah. Okay, the Banning has been claimed. Let us collect ourselves. Again, the Scantrons are being off to be routed, and it is now time, as that was the final quiz or the final round in the Super Quiz event. Those Super Quiz forms, Scantrons, are being compiled for each team, and the winners of today's event will be announced before we leave this room. It is now time for our third speaker. As a reminder, the speakers that are joining us today have scored the highest in their respective divisions. It is my great pleasure to welcome our final speech presenter to the stage. Please join me in welcoming Fiona Martinez from Warren High School in Texas. Can you hold it? Absolutely. And let's try it again. Fiona Martinez from Warren High School in Texas.
Disastrous, unruly, and unflattering Peter Pan's shadow darts around the room to escape its young boy's clutches. To the ceiling, around the chandelier, Peter, straining his fingers out, finally grasps the slippery piece of darkness in his fist. He yanks it close to his chest, sighing a breath of relief to finally have this missing piece of him back. When J.M. Barrie wrote about Peter Pan chasing his shadow, he captured something universal: the strange and persistent relationship that we have to the deepest, darkest parts of ourselves. Now, unlike Peter Pan, most of us must carry our mistakes with us. The guilt of past actions is our ever-present shadow, moving with us in our happiest moments, following us wherever we go. Sometimes we try to run from it, as if pretending our past doesn't exist long enough can make it all disappear, but there is no escaping what is an integral part of you. Guilt is everywhere. It's weaved itself into our language, our culture, our relationships. There's survivor's guilt, the heavy burden of someone to outlive a tragedy. There's generational guilt felt by those reckoning with the injustices of the past. And then there's consumer guilt that creeps in every time we consider how our actions can exploit the environment or others. Catholic guilt, Jewish guilt, guilt by association. It seems that nobody escapes its grasp. It can result from action or inaction, be felt consciously or unconsciously. It can seem like a burden, but without it, humanity itself crumbles. To feel guilt is to recognize harm, to see the consequences of one's actions, and to regret one's mistakes. A testament to our capacity for empathy, guilt says, I know I could have done better, and I care enough to wish that I had. Far from evidence of a broken moral compass, guilt is the compass itself, reminding us that we often strive to achieve values that we sometimes fail to meet. In a world so often divided by cynicism, guilt is proof that we are capable of striving to do right by one another. So essential is this emotion that its absence is cause for great concern. To live without guilt entirely hints at an antisocial personality disorder. Sociopaths, as people with this disorder are often termed, are unable to connect with others emotionally and exhibit symptoms from extreme deceitfulness to a reckless disregard for safety. Therefore, inconvenient as the emotion can feel at times, it is an important cornerstone to a healthy mentality. It reminds us that we do not exist in isolation, but are part of a great web of relationships, a world full of others who, just like us, carry their own shadow. And it is here where guilt can be used as a powerful force to do good rather than feel bad. From guilt comes reflection. From reflection comes a plan to do better, and from implementing this plan, we build trust with those around us. When we share our guilt, whether it's for a personal failure or the weighty responsibility of societal wrongs, there's the reminder that no one is perfect. Let us no longer wallow in our sad, sad perceptions of this emotion. Instead, chase your shadow. Hold it close, for guilt is not a measure of who you are, but of who you have the potential to become. And in that, there is beauty.
Another round. Keep that round going for Fiona Martinez from Warren High School from Texas. And to all of our speakers that presented today, thank you. I will walk away from this personally remembering the stories of hard work to be like me, the butterflies, and yes, guilt. Thank you to all three of today's speakers. I will tell you that this event was scheduled to start at 2 o'clock, and at approximately 1:47, I gained access to this script. I flipped through the script, looked for some challenging words. Thank you to the individual from Hawaii who gave me the correct pronunciation of that school. I stumbled through the remainders, but as I was previewing, I got to the last page, and what is printed here is, Neil entertains the crowd. I raised an inquiry about this, and one of our state directors said, "You can't sing." I said, "I know I can't sing." He said, "No, really, you cannot sing." We cycled through this for a while. It turns out there's a copyright issue. So me singing was not a concern to begin with. I inquired about interpretive dance. That's also off the list. I asked about a variety of other items. Different state director asked if I had talent in that area. Negative. So things are looking pretty bleak here. I will share with you one item, and this is a reflection upon you as a group of students. I know almost all of the speech and interview judges in the state of Iowa, and a speech judge that participated last night shared this morning. Students, listen up. This judge said, "I had the privilege and honor to be invited to judge the speech portion of the National Academic Decathlon being held in Des Moines. I am confident that I witnessed firsthand our future in these amazing high school students from all over the United States. I know there were attorneys, researchers, business leaders, engineers, problem solvers, maybe even senators and world leaders in the group today. They gave speeches on who or what mattered most in their lives, overcoming disabilities, working hard, being a role model, seeing the good in people, and being kind." From a speech judge, I actually received 5 or 6 messages like this. Students, thank you for what you are bringing to the world and providing that inspiration to those that listen to you. Please give yourself a hand. And with that said, with that narrative that there are going to be world leaders and curers of cancer and everything else in this room, will you humor me? Because I want my picture with you when it happens, whether that's tomorrow or in 20 years. Thank you. And now, in the theme of continuing to capture, and I think the goofier I get with this, the quicker that Scan-Chan machine is going to run. I want to ask you, and I'm going to catch this on video, are you enthusiastic about your ACDEC experience? Excellent, thank you. Now, I will actually take that home and show it to my wife and say, that's because I sang. That's what that was for. Students, who has the best coach in the room? Who has the best support team in the room? Coaches, well done. Now, coach, I know, we got it. Beautiful, fabulous coach. Coaches and state directors that are out there, you may know what's coming now. You saw that level of enthusiasm from your students. You saw the jumping up and down, the yelling and the screaming. Let me ask you the same question. Coaches, who has the best teams out there? There's the very vocal, I have the best team. State directors, I think we have a few state directors out there. I'm not going to ask you to do this on behalf of your state. I'm just going to ask you to jump up and down and yell and scream like you were an enthusiastic coach or student. And there are 3 of you in blue shirts right here in front. Show some enthusiasm. Okay, Rick just walked out from behind the curtain and waved at me, which means we are going to some on-the-spot interviews. See, students, life is nothing more than a big impromptu question. This is not a timid group. We're coming right over there. We're bouncing around. Your favorite part about ACDEC, 30 seconds or less.
We have this pig, we call it John Pork. We bring it to all the competitions and we think it's really cool. That's my favorite part.
Thank you. Here's your question. What brings you good luck? Or do you believe in good luck in a competition?
Yeah, I believe in good luck because luck's everywhere.
Thank you. Oh, wait, there's a coach here. Give your team a motivational speech.
Oh my God.
We're going to move on to a student. We're going to move on to a student. Give your teammates a motivational speech.
My team is one of the best teams ever. Everybody's so supportive. Oh, okay. I love you too. Everybody just makes you feel so welcome. Also, they give us food, so that's pretty cool.
Okay, there was an I love you in there and they give us food. Is that a correlation or what? Okay. This is an impromptu. Impromptu. Politely tell me that I'm mispronouncing words when I'm reading them.
Okay, so we come from a town named Souderton, but a lot of people pronounce it as Solderton. So if you were to pronounce our high school, you pronounced it perfectly fine. So I think it's okay if you mispronounce words. There's some flavor to that, you know? So yeah, we're Solderton High School. Thank you.
There's flavor. Flavor. Thank you. Okay, we're going to go with some improvisational here. Are you familiar with the story of Goldilocks and the Three Bears? You have 15 seconds to tell me the story.
All right, so there's Goldilocks, right? She sneaks into the house of the bears and she tries porridge and beds and many another thing. Yet she finds that not all of them are right for her, but she ends up finding one that is just right, and that's what Act Act's about, finding what's right for you.
That was not rehearsed, not rehearsed. Here's the beauty. I'm sorry, sir, but this question was going to be who's ever cheering the loudest for their teammate to give a speech is going to give a speech. And I believe we're almost ready. We are done. We have the scores. So you got a heavy, heavy responsibility here. Give us some tremendous words of inspiration.
My tremendous words of inspiration are, I didn't compete on this academic team. If I'm giving you words of speech, if I can do this, all of you can. I don't know.
That's beautiful, beautiful. Does that mean we are ready for the awards? Who's doing the awards? You? Oh.
I'm going to hand them to you. You're doing the awards.
Okay. Let me set this down. It's a very sensitive microphone.
Here. So for Division 5, we have Apple from Minnesota and Denison Community from
Got it.
Division 4, St. Pius X from New Mexico.
Got it.
Northwest Pennsylvania Collegiate Academy, not high school, from Pennsylvania.
Okay.
Verdugo Hills High School from California. And then Granite Hills Charter High School from California.
Okay. How about if you just hand out the awards and I'll read?
That's what
Yeah, I mean, you hand the awards.
Yes,
You
yes.
shake the hands.
Yep.
Okay. Do we have anybody else? Do we have like a parade?
I think it's just. I was going to say, let them know that. Let them know that if there's some tiles, let them know that we'll keep one of the plaques and they will be.
Okay. Okay, got it. Okay, students, ladies and gentlemen, enthusiastic coaches that are still working on your inspirational, motivational speech, state directors, and interested parties. It is now time for the awards associated with the Super Quiz. These awards will be presented by the Honorable Dan Nizzi, the incoming state director of the state of Iowa. If there, yes, Daniel. If there does happen to be a tie, we will have a ceremonial presentation, and both of you will get an award either today or at a later point in time. But but we will have you come up and receive your award. We have an award for Division 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. When I announce the winners, team, shyly and timidly or enthusiastically, however you would like, come on up here, come up the stairs. You will receive your award and a handshake from Daniel. It is a photo opportunity right here. Spectators, you are also welcome to run up and grab a photo if you would like. And now, let us start with our first place Super Quiz winners in Division 5. And I mentioned, in case of a tie, and we're going to start it out with a tie. Our first place winners, Division 5 Super Quiz. Avalon from the state of Minnesota and Denison Community from the state of Iowa. Please come up. All right, the rhythm is down. Jolene will run and escort the winners. Oh, and the plaque needs to stay because it is a tie. We've got the ceremonial plaque. Again, please be assured, awards will be distributed. The probability of having a tie is something like n equals 1 to infinity of 2 to the n plus 1 power, and it happened. Excellent. Thank you. And congratulations to our Division 5 Super Quiz winners. And now for our first place winner in Division 4. There is not a tie. When I announce this team, again, you are welcome to come up. Jolene will escort you up to the stage to receive your plaque from Daniel. There is not a tie. The award goes to St. Pius X High School from New Mexico. Pardon? St. Pius X from New Mexico coming up to the stage. All right, congratulations, St. Pius X. And our Division 3 first place in the Super Quiz is also not a tie, so there will be one team running up here, and that team is Northwest Pennsylvania Collegiate Academy from Pennsylvania. Okay, Jolene, run down and meet them. Congratulations to the Northwest Pennsylvania Collegiate Academy. And in Division 2, we have another tie. And if I do mispronounce this one, it is handwriting based. Division 2, first place in Super Quiz, Verdugo Hills in California. Okay, that one was obviously pronounced. Doesn't matter. They know who they are. And Lane Tech High School in Illinois. Please come down for your award and photo. And by the way, this is a valuable life skill. Learn how to pose your group in case you win awards. Congratulations. You're from California? California. You're from California. Congratulations to Verdugo Hills from California. And let us now bring up Lane Tech High School from Illinois.
I challenge you to say my name later.
Okay, bring it on. Okay, congratulations to Lane Tech from Illinois. And I believe on average there's 137 pictures taken of each group as they stand here. So one of them's got to be good. Division 1, the Super Quiz winner for Nationals, hosted in Des Moines, Iowa. Granada Hills Charter High School from the state of California. Please come on down. In case you did not hear that, this team scored 53 out of 54. It was the music. It was the music question, wasn't it? It was that polyphony thing.
I think it was literature. Who's not smiling?
And congratulations to Granada Hills, to all of our winners, to our speakers and students. You'll hear this again and again. Congratulations to each of you for what you've done today, what you did yesterday, and what you're going to do in the future. Just know that you're out there providing inspiration to so many people, bringing so much good to the world. I've had a beautiful afternoon with you here today. I could spend another hour running around at the microphone just asking questions, but people have places to go and things to do. Speaking of things to do, Jolene or Daniel, I'm going to bring you back to the microphone for closing comments and outline of what may be coming up next, including the Des Moines Botanical Gardens. We have nothing. That's it. There is the script says Botanical Gardens.
You said
Botanical Gardens. That's it? Okay. Well, it's much more official if you say it.
Good grief. Okay, well, thank you. We look forward to seeing you at the Greater Des Moines Botanical Gardens this evening. They will be open from 7 to 9 for us, and I really hope that you enjoy it. I think it's the perfect place for us to spend our evening after a year of studying the climate. So enjoy, thank you, and we'll see you tomorrow morning.